Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Season 11, Episode 32, overall 582 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210. Tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership is the official and proud sponsor of Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show, going on 3 years now. And Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969. Before we bring on our guest today, I was at a charity barbecue event yesterday in Cambridge, and I want to give a shout out to Richard Mino. He's a manager of Build It Builder at Turkstra Lumber, 170 Beverly Road in Cambridge, Ontario. So if you're in the Cambridge area, check out Turkstra Lumber at 170 Beverly Street in Cambridge. You can call 519-623-1410 or go to their website, builditbetter.ca. They did a number of barbecues with the Cambridge community this summer. In August, they did 3 barbecue dinners, and they raised $725.25. So a shout out to Richard Mino and the entire Extra Lumber crew in Cambridge. We sold probably around 80 burgers yesterday as well. So shout out to them as well. And I'm a proud volunteer with the Cambridge District Humane Society, who does wonderful work with homeless animals as well. I hope everybody is doing well on this. I can't believe it's Saturday, August 30th, 2025. It is U.S. College football day today as well. Michigan's home tonight to take on New Mexico at 7:30, and I'm looking forward to my guest today. I met her through Facebook and Instagram. It's her first appearance, and her name is Janell. She's a Kansas City-based stand-up comedian. She is an MC, she's a graphic designer, and she's also a snack expert as well. So we're going to talk some snacks as well. She is currently featured on Pinky Patel's I Said What I Said tour, and look forward to talking to Janell Banks. Good afternoon or good morning, I should say.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I am really good. I'm doing real busy, and I want to say thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule and we're changing the date of our show today. I really appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. No problem.
So how is the world of comedy industry right now, and being a Kansas City stand-up comedian?
Right now it's amazing. I am one of those comics that wing it. I feel that I cosplay as a comic, so it's always going well, somewhat for me. This weekend I'm opening for Mencia Patel here at the Funny Bone in Kansas City, so it's been a easy breezy weekend. But next weekend I'm on the road with Pinky Patels. I'm covering all the Patels this month, and we'll be in Philadelphia. So I'm excited just about getting back on the road. I think I like being on airplanes. I don't know. It's weird.
Since you're from Kansas City, and I'm a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan, are you a Chiefs fan by any chance?
Absolutely hardcore. I have no choice in the matter. This life was chosen for me.
Are you gonna say any Eagle jokes when you're in Philadelphia?
Absolutely. I do a lot of football jokes. And I believe I am the reason that we lost the Super Bowl last year because
Why is that?
I think Jalen Hurts is just so beautiful. I got distracted on who I was rooting for. So I put a lot of my juju on the other side of the field accidentally.
The Chiefs are two of the best teams in the NFL. Two Super Bowls
Yes.
in 3 years, and I'm going to be honest. I know it's hard to repeat, and the Chief fans know that too. But I think I can see the Eagles and Chiefs playing one more time in another Super Bowl this year. I can see it one more time.
Absolutely. I think it's fascinating because people, I think the overall league sentiment is they're tired of seeing our presence. But I love our fan base. We don't have this expectation for three-peat because we're just grateful to even be where we're at. I mean, if you are a Chiefs fan, you have been through the ringer. And we just to finally beat the playoff curse is like wonderful for us. We went to the playoffs so many years through the back door, wild card situations, and we literally have always lost that first game. So for I think our hometown spirit, we literally just want to make it past that first playoffs game. And whatever happens makes us happy.
The media and people forget that the Chiefs had their setbacks a number of years under the Tom Brady. And being a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see the Eagles win one, but two Super Bowls. So you know what? Anytime you can get to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl, really appreciate it because it is so hard to do. And when you do win Super Bowls, you become hated. Any team in sports that wins a
Yeah.
championship, eventually the fans or the media will turn on you as well. Because I remember when the Patriots first won their Super Bowl, they were the lovable underdogs and everyone loved them. And then when they started winning two, three, four, five, six Super Bowls, at the end everyone couldn't stand them. So I see similarities between the Chiefs run and the Patriots run, and I'm hoping the Eagles can do it again because as a fan of a team, that's what you want your team to do is win.
I mean, absolutely. If any team in the league deserves a win, I think Philadelphia does. I mean, just the heart of Philadelphia and the city, the history of the team. I love it. And again, it all flows back to Andy Reid. So we love it.
Yes,
We love it. We'll
and
take it.
Nick Sirianni, who was on the Chiefs coaching staff as well. So there's always a
Yes.
connection between Philadelphia and Kansas City. Even Dick Vermeil, who coached the Eagles, coached the
Yeah.
Chiefs as well. So there is a long history. Got to ask you this too. I've only been to Kansas City once, and unfortunately, it was a quick trip. What
Mhm.
makes Kansas City such a great place for comedy and to be a sports fan and live there?
Oh man, I mean it's just embedded in the culture here. Kansas City is just a great city. I feel like it's one of those cities you can drive around. It's not congested. You can get to our stadium from any point. It's a beautiful stadium to see. You can drive by it and see it. Tons of food, tons of history and culture here. So I think with that combined, it just makes it the athletes love to come and be here amongst us. So it makes it a great place, I think. And it's in the middle of the map. So you can get anywhere within 8 to 12 hours. We're right there in the middle. You know, you can hit Texas, you can hit Chicago, you can get up to Minnesota in 7 hours. Like we're just a good prime spot to be connected to the world.
By the way, I've had a former Kansas City Chief player on my show, Jason Dunn, who was a tight end with the
Really?
Chiefs. Yes, he came on my show, and I'm trying to work on some more. I've had Alex Gold from a Kansas City sports radio station come on my show as well. Gotta ask you this: Kansas City is known for its barbecues. Who
Hmm.
has the best barbecue sauce and ribs in Kansas City?
Oh my gosh, you're asking a vegetarian. But when I
Oh,
did, because I
sure.
still dive in the sauce. I love sauce. I love sauce
Okay.
on fries. Um, I probably am going to answer horribly. I would say best ribs, and this is just what I grew up on in my experience. It's always going to be Gates and then Jack Stack. I still eat at Jack Stack as a vegetarian because they have so many options in their sauce. I'm a sweet and thick sauce type of girl. So I love it. Honorable mention to Smacks across the bridge in Kansas. They have a delectable sauce. It's super, super sweet. And I also judge barbecue spots based on their fries. Gates and LC's have the best fries ever, and also some of the best sauces. So, and I heard Gates, or no, I'm sorry, LC's ribs are to die for by most Kansas Cityans, and I do like to watch them eat it. So, it, those are my three mentions: Jack Stack, Gates, and LC's barbecue.
And as for being a vegetarian, what are some of the best places for being a veget for being a vegetarian for those people that are watching this
In
now?
Kansas City, at home. At home is the best place
Okay.
to be a vegetarian. You just got to Trader Joe's it and make it through. We live in the Midwest. It's a meat staple. You know, all of our just home dishes are all meat staples. This is a meaty city. So I always complain it's not vegetarian friendly. But we do have amazing pizzas, amazing veggie pizzas. But not it's not. I couldn't name a place, to be honest. I love cooking my veggie meals at home.
I was going to save this question for the end, but since we're talking about food now, you're a snack expert. What are some of your favorite snacks?
I am a old original OG. I love the older snacks. I People are sleep on Cheez-Its. I think we have to revisit how good Cheez-Its are. They've come a long way, and the toasty Cheez-Its by far are phenomenal. Phenomenal. I live in a girl dinner world, so I'm always like how I eat meals is just snacking. I love a good olive. You can't go wrong with any form of olive. If you're very bougie, you're gonna get a good stuffed olive. And oh my God, Trader Joe's, just I feel like they should sponsor me. They literally have just I can't like they have like almond butter peanut butter cups. You've had peanut butter cups, but if you have an almond butter peanut butter cup, whole different ball game, whole different butter, whole different experience. So there, I mean, I couldn't even name my favorite, but I will say Cheez-Its is always my go-to, or like a pickled vegetable, pickled okra, pickled onions. But that's showing my age. I am 40 and above, and we begin
No
to
way.
love pickled things.
You
Yes.
look 25.
Oh, thank you. I drink a
You
lot
sh-
of water.
By the way, guess my age.
I couldn't. I'm horrible with guessing
Okay.
ages.
I'm 53.
You don't look it. I was gonna say 30s.
Wow, thank you. Apparently, I
Yes.
guess I don't know what I'm doing, but a lot of people don't believe that I'm 53, but I am. It's just a number.
No. You have a very young, vibrant spirit.
Well, thank you. And I love what I'm doing. And I just switched careers from security in 6 years ago at the age of 47. And I absolutely love what I'm doing. And I can tell how passionate you are about your comedy as well.
Yes, yes. I love it. And it's never too late to pivot, in careers. And comedy is one of those things. It's just an ageless career. So you can start at any age, and I think you can prosper to any age in comedy. It's just all on how you execute it.
Can you tell my audience I'm based out of near Toronto, so I'm only like maybe at about 2 hours from Buffalo, New York, and about four from Detroit. Can you tell my audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am born and raised in Kansas City by way of Houston, Texas. I've pretty much always been in the Midwest or in the South. I kind of started comedy by default. I've always been a very nervous spirit. So, how I've always communicated with people is through humor. I feel like it's just a great icebreaker to get to know people, engage, and interact, and it takes away some of the horrible feeling when you're nervous. So it's just always been my defense mechanism. It's been a great way of communicating. I just happened to be hanging out with some coworkers at an open mic, and they asked me to perform stand up, and I did it several times, and it just turned into a career. People started booking me, And I am the most passive aggressive comic you will meet. I'm not necessarily a TikToker or a social media content person. I don't social media as much as I should. I'm a much introverted spirit, but I enjoy the art of comedy and being funny. And so I think that's just how I kind of landed into it.
By the way, I'm the talk show host, but I'm a producer and content creator. And being on social media is a full time job itself, literally.
Yes, yes, yes. As a comic, I have managed my own career. I book myself, I do all of my travel, like literally every single thing. Plus, I work a full time job as an analyst for a law firm. I'm also an artist, a graphic artist, a writer. There's all these different components and deadlines that I'm constantly having to meet. So social media just goes so far, it sits on the back seat, and it's so time consuming. It really is a full-time job. And once you get past the creation part of it, then it's the time management of how do you go in and execute your content, and the times you have to be very strategic. Being that I'm my own driver, my own transportation, my own makeup artist, all of these things, it's so hard sometimes to sit down and nail it, the content creation portion or just the internet interaction of it down. I want to get better at it, of course, but I commend you. That is a full time job.
I'm wearing a hat right now, but I literally wear 9 or 10 different hats. But you know what? To
Yeah.
get into radio media, the more you can do, the more valuable you become. You might not be the best at everything, but you
Mhm.
just make yourself more valuable if you
Yes.
everything.
Agreed, agreed. The same with comedy. I aim to not just be on the stage. I like to do hosting and MCs at events at galas and just at different. I've done a maternal wellness events. I've done different law school engagements just to sharpen your skill. You're a public speaker when you're a comedian, so you definitely want to engaged. I like to do voice work. I love to do writing projects. I'm currently working on a writing project that I hope gets selected because if it does, it just really enhances, how comics can transition and pivot into different worlds with their comedic voices. But you're right, the more things that you have under your belt, absolutely, it makes you more of a resource and more valuable. And you just never know how you can fluctuate as long as you stay fluid and ready to learn how that can pivot your career.
I've just started learning how to do voiceover work, and I had a voiceover artist talent on my show about a week and a half ago. She's from Texas, Mary Morgan. So maybe I should put you in touch with Mary. She does a wonderful job as a voiceover artist, and she's been doing it for many years now.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This is all about networking. It's all about networking. And you have a phenomenal voice. Like, I could see you announcing like movies and all of these things. Like, you have a very, as I said, 53, your voice, you're just very youthful.
Well, thank you so much. And I still have times where I don't like my voice. And I've talked to some radio guys and they say they don't like their voice either. So I'm trying to get more comfortable with the sound of my voice as well.
Yes, it is a thing. I don't like the sound of my voice either. When I watch video and feedback, and my voice is a little bit different on stage, I like to flow in and out of characters. And sometimes I'm like, ew, it sounded cute in my head, but oh no.
Now, I've had a number of comedians on from Canada, the States, even the UK, and they've all told me that comedy to them is like a form of therapy. It's cheaper than going to see a shrink.
Yes, I have started to see a shrink though. So, but it's such a cathartic way of letting out your feelings and emotions. Especially in the current climate we live in. I think comedians have always seen the world from a different perspective, and we can offer the world from a different perspective. I go by Miss Just Laugh. My motto is just laugh. And it's it's a reason you should just laugh at a lot of things, even things that stress you out, even grief. Laughter literally is scientifically changing our body, our serotonin levels. It changes so many things within our cardiovascular health and our mental health in our brain chemistry that it's literally beneficial, you know. So comedy is one of those things where we can talk through things, we can get others' opinions because your opinions come through as laughter, you know. And so we can kind of understand ourselves better, understand how to cope with the world better. You know, I know a lot of comics tend to have like a dark story or a dark upbringing that brought them to this space. So it very much is super therapeutic just to be able to voice, because often a lot of us are introverts and we don't speak. We're very quiet individuals. So it's something about having that microphone and finally having that voice that, you know, lets you release. So it very much is therapeutic.
Here's a fun fact about myself. When I was younger, much younger, in elementary school, high school, even college, I hated public speaking. I hated being in
Mhm.
front of a crowd and camera. And now at the age of 53, 6 years later, I'm very comfortable doing live in-person interviews and just being in front of people.
It's a calling. It's a good feeling. You almost have like a adrenaline rush. And I think when you're one of those people who are able to receive information and then convey it to people, and you can like captivate people, you know, it's a wonderful feeling. And sometimes we don't realize what we're doing until after the job is done, you know. But it is a great feeling.
What are your thoughts on ventriloquists? I've actually had a couple of them from Los Angeles, Christine Barger, and they've had one on from Australia, and they find it really helps them too with their mental health and therapy as well. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I I think it's such a cool art. I also feel like it's a lost art, you know. I am glad to see on social media we see a younger generation getting into it. I have always aspired to do it. I think it takes an extreme talent and focus because once you get engaged in that character, to keep those conversations separate and to keep your body language, you know, it is literally like, I mean, I know there's on-screen acting, but that's like a whole form of acting, improv, and like just sheer like I don't even know what you call it, mental like it's just a very cool art form that I feel it takes a lot to do. And I hands down, I give anybody props because it's so many moving parts. And then traveling with your props, like because it's a thing, you know. It's you have to keep all of that together to keep it a well packaged item, you know. So it I hands down think it's amazing and I love it. I love it.
Well, I used to be 5'9", now I'm 5'6", so maybe we can do a show, a comedy act.
I'm 5'2", so I don't know. It could work. It could work. Absolutely. I mean, even their comedic timing, I don't think they get enough credit for the writing and the comedic timing because you're literally writing a dialogue between two separate people and like an omniscient character. It's almost like three people because your timing is another person, you know. So I'm fascinated by it.
I absolutely like it, and it's amazing, and it's not easy to do, by the way.
No, I can only imagine. I've tried and maybe I could do like two sentences and then my mouth is going to move. I'm going to get out of character. So totally amazing.
Well, we'll have to come up a name for our comedy act.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, all the South Park episodes are coming to my head.
I gotta ask you this too. What are your thoughts on lately, without getting into too much politics?
Mhm. I honestly I'm grateful for it. It gives us, again, a way to just laugh at it, right? And
Yes.
to honestly disconnect from the chaos that's in. I'm an empath. So my mind is like, what? You know? So it allows me to take my brain chemistry and use the humor in the situation. So I'm very grateful for it. And I mean, if you are an OG watcher of South Park, this is what they've been doing since the establishment of South Park. I think now that I'm older, it just makes me appreciate it more, and honestly makes me want to go back and binge the first air, because they were on Bush hard. It's, they literally, it's almost like giving you a layman's term of what's happening politically and asking you to kind of create your own narrative from, if we just bring you these pieces, how do you take it? I think it also allows you to take the words and the noise out of it and see exactly what's going on at face value. So it's very educational and it keeps me sane. So I appreciate it.
What makes a good comedian nowadays here in 2025 from your perspective?
There's so many things. It doesn't just start on stage. I think it starts as how you are as a person. There is, although comedy is one of those careers where it's dark, right? You can drink on the job. You can kind of have your own little vices, right? You do not have to be in a dare class. So it allows you a lot of freedom that we would not have in a regular um job experience. But with that, I think you have to practice professionalism and promptness. A lot of who you are off stage is going to depict how you get on stage. So I think it's very important to somewhat be professional, to be prompt, to be flexible. You have to be flexible. There are times where I went into shows thinking, oh, I'm going to be the feature. Oh, I'm going to be the headliner. Maybe. I don't know. And now you're hosting. Or I came in to host and now, oh no, the headliner's plane didn't land. These people don't know their headliner's going to be here, not going to be here, and they've paid all this money. Now you got to grab that energy, harness it, and make them forget that they paid to see this guy. So it's all about being adaptable, flexible, friendly, very friendly. You want to be able to communicate with people off the stage. So I think there's just a lot of things that go into willing to do this thing we call stand up. Some days you're going to be a headliner and selling out a room, and some days you're literally going to be the person who's opening up someone's headlining tour. So I think as long as you adapt, you're flexible, and you can take the ego out of it, it's better. It makes you a good comedian.
Janelle, have you thought about getting into the coaching, teaching aspect of comedy?
Um, I'm so shy. I like to I help people write sometimes or just punch up things. I do teach a class about how humor is just therapeutic, how the art of laughing and the health benefits of it. So those are the things that I have been trying to work on and just definitely get out there. But I would love to. I believe comedy can be used in so many ways, even if you do not pursue stand up comedy. Just having a comedic presence, timing, and writing helps us in corporate America. It helps you eulogize funerals. I mean, it helps you officiate weddings. So there's so many things that we do that can translate into other lives.
For those people that are watching our show live stream or on audio and they're interested in getting into the comedy industry, what advice would you give to them from your experiences?
There is no right or wrong way to get into stand-up comedy. We are in a new frontier where we have social media, and that is a way a lot of people have been pivoting into stand-up comedy. So I say, by all means, if you have a huge TikTok following, Instagram, whatever social media platform, YouTube, pivot, 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 pivot. People love this because somehow, even if you don't start out doing stand-up, you can get to stand up. Also, the good old fashioned way of going to open mics, networking, and getting booked. This is how I started, and it just I kind of got pushed into it. So I don't think there's any right or wrong way to get into it. I feel like if you are multifaceted and you can use all avenues, if you can open mic it, if you can network, if you can do, sketch comedy or any type of script writing or any of that thing on social media, then you are, 10 steps ahead of the game. So any way is possible, honestly.
What are your thoughts on open mic versus improv? Have you thought about doing your own podcast show in the future?
Um, I think both of them, they both matter. I think improv is a great tool to have just because comedy in itself is improv. You write jokes, but you don't necessarily know if a part of a joke will hit or if it'll resonate with a certain audience. So I believe that knowing how to improv, pivot, move around, do crowd work, those things are very important. Open mics are important, but I think we have to also stress about open mics because people will tell you don't hit open mics, then you don't care about the art of comedy. And I don't think that's true, because sometimes we have to realize as comics, some open mics may not be conducive to us working out material if we're just sitting in a room full of comedians. We need a crowd. So sometimes it's easier to actually go use a show as an open mic versus an open mic. So it just depends. And we know with good open mics, with good audiences, you're limited to maybe 3 to 5 minutes of material. And there's a draw, so you have to wait to be called up. So again, it goes back to that adapting and flexibility. I think both of them are very important. And I think with podcasts, I would love to do a podcast, but the thing about it is it's time consuming. You have to be 10 steps ahead. You have to plan episodes. Then you have to, the technology of it is extreme, and you have to be flexible to adapt to technology. Because there are times where things crash, Wi-Fi crashes, someone in the podcast may lose power. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
So there are so many things, but what I like about comics who do podcasts is their brain is sharp. Because they're up on current events, their brain works to adapt to what's going on, because that's what we're talking about in our podcast. You're essentially great storytellers. You're good with connecting with current events. You're good with connecting with people. Your crowd work is impeccable. It's just it's really great because you're constantly in the mood of speaking to people. So it is a great way to just keep your brain and your tools sharpened on that microphone.
And also, I've learned this doing radio media work, and I'm sure as a comedian, ad-libbing too. Sometimes you got to think really on your feet, and I've learned
Yes.
to ad-lib. I prepare stuff, but I also now learn to listen to my guests more, and I've learned to have natural conversations. And I'm sure as a comedian, it's more effective with an audience than ad-libbing than something that's pre-scripted and all that on a piece of paper.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, you just don't know, if I write this, how it will resonate. And then here's the thing, here's the catch 22. Just because it resonated with one audience doesn't mean that next audience is going to enjoy it. I've seen this several times in my set where, especially when you're doing 2 or 3 shows a night, you see it like, oh, this crowd, the 7 o'clock crowd love this joke. 10 o'clock crowd, maybe not so much. So you have to learn how to ad lib, pivot, throw things in. I like to work my set from a crowd perspective. I know different variations in my set. I have it memorized, but I'm not always going to go into that bit based off just the writing of that bit. I want to fill out the audience. I want to engage with them and include them in that bit, and it makes it stronger. So essentially, my bit may change every show, but I find a different way to connect with the audience, or maybe even add more material into the bit, stretch it out, shorten it, whatever it may be, because I've had this like crowd, interaction with the person.
How important is it as a comedian to know your homework? Because every city, every club you go to, I am assuming the audience is different. So I just wanted to get your perspective on doing your homework for your audiences.
I do like to people watch. I know a lot of comics like to stay in the green room, out of sight, out of mind. I am one of those people who kind of just like to walk around, especially because I deem myself on being an opener. I love being an opener. It's fun for me, So I like to. People never know who I am. I just kind of. Walk around. I go use the public restroom. Like, I want to, engage with people and see who's in my audience. I think that's a great way to get to know people. But doing research on the city and learning different things. Every time I go to a city, you see that billboard for the popular lawyer who handles all like the car accidents, or you listen to like the radio. I like to watch the local news and like see, maybe there's that anchor man that just sticks out. So there's all these different nuances that you can pick up. And I think it makes that city feel like you cared, like you're not just kind of on this just automated system where you're telling these jokes, but where you're embracing them and their culture. I think they like that. And I think the clubs like that as well. So I love giving people what they feel is something special to them. So
And one thing too I've learned from the media radio work is observational skills. And I'm sure as a comedian, observational skills are important as well. And I also noticed something about you too, not just your t-shirt, but your nails as well.
yes, yes, yes. I love my nails are a thing. It just makes me feel confident on stage if I have like pretty nails. I don't know. I don't know. It's a thing. So I think it's women. We all have these little confidence boosters. Makeup, whatever. Is my fingernails. A weird thing, but you will see a lot of cool comedians and they have cool nails. So I think it's a new trend for us.
Yeah, and observational skills too, and listening skills.
Yes, absolutely. You see, you're using all the words. Yeah. Observational skills are very important on stage. Because that's how you do your crowd work. And I think those also create the best callbacks. You have to, I think a good callback, I love to leave people going home with something they talk about. I have a joke about a crock pot. And everywhere I go, like people are like, "Hey, crock pot," they call me crock pot. And it's just fun, to have this one thing. I think all comedians want that one callback or punchline that just gets people to know them and call back to them. So having good observational skills, being able to just connect and feel energy, I think is so important because it leaves a long lasting impression on that audience.
Can you tell us the importance of the writing aspect of comedy? Because I know some people they can write jokes, but they cannot go in front of stage, and they actually get stage fright. Just thoughts on stage fright and the writing aspect of comedy, and how would you describe yourself as a writer?
As a writer, I don't use punctuation. I'm not a great writer. I often get caught up in the writing aspect because often when you are trying to get through a joke and you can hear it or you can feel it, sometimes your brain is not writing as fast as what that material is coming to you as. So sometimes you might lose keynotes, so I try not to focus on the writing as much. I'm like a bullet point person. I try to remember more of the material and just pick a subject line within that joke that helps me remember it. I am getting better at bringing notebooks. I see a lot of comics will have their notebooks, and I think that helps with me more with memorization. When I'm going on stage, I like to be in my phone and look at my notes. But if you have a notebook, I think you are writing it out, which helps you memorize it more here, and you're kind of saying it. So it's repetition, repetition, repetition. And it definitely helps. And that's why I like doing 2 shows a night in a club or 3 shows, because by that second show, you're just a well oiled machine. You can run through your set frontwards or backwards. So writing is important, but I think it's all and how you balance it, because sometimes if you get so carried away with the writing, then you have to remember the memorization, and you're not going to memorize something word by word verbatim on stage. And you may not, even if you have, you may not get to push it out, because again, you have to deal with laughter, you have to allow people time to laugh and respond. You're also working on a time clock, so sometimes you may not be able to get out a joke in its full entirety because of the time restrictions or whatnot, or audience interaction. So the writing is important. I think that I think all comics are constantly writing, but as far as how we implement it on stage, I think we're all different in that caliber. I try not to stress myself out with memorization, because then I'll clam up, and we don't want locked knees. We don't want locked knees.
Have you experienced stage fright? Have you seen somebody that just went up on stage and froze up and kind of shrunk in the spotlight?
With comedy, we don't see that. We do see stage fright in a capacity of, I kind of have lost my mind and I'm just up here rambling, and I know I am, and I'm just going to keep going. Um that's often how I've seen it. I've never seen anybody just not say anything, but I've seen people just go, up, I've already bombed, might as well lay into this weird moment. So, yeah.
Are you okay, Janelle, for another 10, 15 minutes? Are you okay for time?
Yeah.
Okay. I went on your YouTube channel and I
Mhm.
subscribed and I found a video I'd like to play. It's called Dating Apps. Dating apps are bad for you. It's about a
Yes,
4-minute clip. Is that okay if I play it? Permission?
absolutely.
Okay, because I liked it and I thought it was a good clip. And I do this with all my guests to showcase their talents to my audience.
Oh, thank you.
Please let me know if you can hear the audio. If not, we'll fire the audio guy, which is me. I
Okay.
I try to be funny, so just bear with me. And this is courtesy of your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where can people subscribe to your YouTube channel?
I'm horrible with YouTube. Absolutely, look up Janell Banks, Miss Just Laugh. You'll find me. I wish I knew the exact link. I am learning the internet, y'all. I'm like Oregon Trail. You gotta like. I'm getting there. So absolutely, if you Google me, you'll find it. I
Okay.
promise.
All right. Well, this is courtesy of Janelle Banks' YouTube channel. I've already subscribed, so please subscribe, like, and share. And this is called Dating Apps Are Bad for You. And we'll play the clip right now.
I can say I don't like dating. If you are single, we are cooked. 35 and up, we don't listen. Romance, you are doing it for an emergency contact now. Skip past the love part. That's stupid. You just need somebody to identify your body. That's it. I don't like dating. I don't like dating anymore. It's changed. It's changed. I want to meet people organically. Remember when we used to meet people back in the club in the day, coke, then dance? Girl, just what? Because you had to be on coke to listen to Cindy Lauper. Okay? That is a screaming cat. Shut up. I can say that. I'm 40. She cannot sing. She was screaming at us. Yeah, but you just met somebody, pelvis to pelvis in the dark, right? Right? That's how we did it back in the day. Pelvis to pelvis, fell in love, got married, bought a house. Quick and easy. Then you became an owner of a crock pot and a Honda. Right? You did it big if you were in a cul-de-sac. Yeah. That's how we dated back in the day. Now we're on apps. We're on apps. There is somebody in a basement with no furniture telling you you're ugly on an app. have a couch, bitch. That's crazy. But I'm the drama? Fuck you. Okay? That is dating now. That is dating. Dating is like playing cards. It's like playing spades. It's difficult. It's difficult. Because at any given time, a 10 of clubs can win a book. And that's not how spades works. You start out with aces. You start out with your high cards. But no, here comes motherfucker with a CPAP machine. That's that 10 of clubs, right? Oh, Gregory. Sounding like Darth Vader. Asking you, do you have an extra outlet by your bed? No, Gregory. No. And I'm not putting water in it. Right? I'm an administrative assistant, not CNA, Gregory. You gonna drown, Gregory. That's dating. That's dating. So if you are in a marriage and you hate it, hold on.
Thank you so much for letting me play that clip, and that was courtesy of your YouTube channel.
Yes, that had me cracking up. Oh my gosh, I might be a real comedian, Chris.
By the way, dating nowadays, it's not easy, especially online and these apps and catfishing and love
Yeah.
bombing. There's so many terms and stuff like that. So dating can make for good comedy.
Yeah, it literally is me laughing at my trauma. Yes.
Which club was this at, and what are some of your most memorable clubs that you've performed at so far?
So this is at the Funny Bone in Kansas City. I perform at the Funny Bone and the Comedy Club of Kansas City. Often they are my home clubs. I love them to death. Both clubs are equally yoked in my heart, and they have given me so many cool opportunities and just like I have gotten to live my childhood dreams working at both of these clubs. So I honestly love them. Memorable places. I recently did Canada with Pinky Patel and
Where?
oh my
Where?
gosh, Winnipeg,
When?
Kelowna, and Saskatoon.
So the
We
Western Canada.
yes, yes.
Awesome.
I want to go back. I absolutely loved it. I've never experience people just embracing you. My biggest fear is that like my jokes would not translate or maybe like pop culture things I talked about wouldn't really translate. And every show I got each crowd to sing the Golden Girls theme song with me. So, I mean, it has been like one of the most memorable places because I've just never had audiences like take me in and embrace me like standing ovations, like Canada, your fan base, you guys love hard, and I just want to be adopted. Somebody adopt me. um
You should come to Toronto. Toronto's got a lot of great comedy clubs, and one of
yes.
my friends who's a comedian in Los Angeles, Mary Kennedy, performed at Second City in Toronto a couple of months ago, and I really enjoyed it. And hopefully you get to Ontario, Niagara Falls, Ontario, and Toronto. There's a lot of great comedy and comedians here as well, because everybody thinks of Canada hockey glues, but we have a lot of talented comedians and actors and actresses and people in the entertainment
Yes.
industry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think people are asleep on how many actors and comedians have came from Canada. So absolutely, I loved everything about it, and I am dying to get to Toronto, hands down, and Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver
Yes,
looks
and
amazing.
I haven't been to Vancouver, but I want to get out there.
Yes, it's a goal. So I have a gig in Buffalo in October,
That's
and I'm
not far
off.
from me. Buffalo's
I
only like,
know. I'm so
wow.
tempted to be like, oh, maybe I should extend my time and go, but I also work full time.
Yes,
So that's what I have to keep in mind.
time
And I
balance. Yeah,
love my full time job. So
Buffalo's another great city, and they love their comedy. But you also can give them a little rib about the
Oh,
Chiefs owning the
oh, I'm
Bills.
coming for Josh. I'm immediately going up there to look for Josh Allen. For sure. For
Well,
sure. They talk a lot of stuff to us here. They're not nice. So I'm definitely going up there. Philadelphia is sweet. They're kind. But Buffalo, those are some bullies.
it's a great comedy city, by the way, and Niagara Falls, Ontario is our kind of form of Las Vegas, and they have a lot of good
Great.
comedy clubs in Niagara Falls, which is about 20 minutes from Buffalo. Got to ask you this too before we wrap this up in a few minutes. What has been your tough part in your career, if you've had one?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Toughest crowd that you've had as a comedian?
Oh gosh. So as a comedian, you always get contacted for private gigs. And family reunions are always my toughest gigs because I often don't know the people. I don't know how they know me. And you just have so many different age groups that you have to cover. And it's always in an environment that is not conducive to comedy. When you're on a stage in a comedy club, a comedy venue, the laughter rolls frontwards and backwards. When you're at a family reunion or family event, there's round tables where people converse amongst themselves, and there's just tons of obstacles. So those are my least favorite places to do. It always makes me feel awkward to connect, and then I don't want to say the wrong thing in front of someone's children or grandma. So it's least favorite thing, but you leave with good snacks. So I still take them time to time.
I almost forgot to ask you this since you were in Canada. We're known for some different foods. Did you try poutine, which is French fries, gravy, and cheese curds?
I did at my last stop at a very cool spot in Kelowna. Loved it, loved it. I wish it was more common in America. As a vegetarian, these were the two best things for me: fries, gravy, and cheese, hands down. It should be a more common food. I don't think poutine gets its credit. It should have an espresso moment. It's a very good meal. I People are asleep on it. I found a place here, and it's an Indian place, and they do like masala and poutine on fries, and it's amazing. So I want the world to know. I don't know why people have turned their nose down at this delicacy, but and there's so many different flavors. Like you have so many different options and flavor profiles. It's not just your standard gravy and cheese curds combo. But I believe that poutine deserves all the respect that tacos get, that nachos get, that pasta gets. Like we have Taco Tuesdays. Somebody put in a poutine Thursday somewhere because it's worthy. It's y'all deserve all the praise. Y'all did that, Canada. Y'all did that.
And poutine was originated from the province of Quebec, and in Quebec and Montreal, they are great for comedy as well. So if you ever get a chance to come to the province of Quebec, I would go to Montreal or anywhere in Quebec. They love their comedy, but that's where poutine came from, and also the smoked meat sandwiches. But they have a lot of great food there in Quebec as well.
Y'all had I enjoyed the food. I was apprehensive of coming there. food was amazing. I ate so well there. I still have like jelly and jam packs that I've brought back from restaurant, like the orange marmalade. Like y'all have so many options just for toast. The food was amazing. Uber Eats. I just want to say this. Y'all have figured out Uber Eats, and just the whole, because I've never ordered a Uber and it came quickly. Like instantaneously your Uber will be there and the food will be there and your Uber driver will take the time to find you and give, they're never going to leave that food at your door. They want to connect and hand it to you. And that I just appreciated just the hospitality everywhere I went. It was beautiful. You guys are just so nice.
So when you do come here next or come to Ontario, please let me know because I'm only an hour away from Toronto.
Oh, I definitely. I'm gonna reach out because I need somebody I know in the audience.
Okay, deal.
Absolutely.
Deal. Before we wrap this up, what is next on your bucket list as a comedian, Janelle? And I guess I've already answered your question. Any plans to perform internationally besides Canada?
I hope I'm working on going back to Europe. I just did some dates in Paris, so I'm hoping to go back. We're trying to book some dates in Belgium. So I'm super excited about that just to go back to Europe. I'm waiting for emails for Canada. I want to come back. I love Winnipeg. I feel like I made so many great friends there. So I want to come back. So that's honestly the plan. Hopefully Pinky lets me stick it out with her and do some more dates. And I'm just making my way as a passive aggressive comic through your airwaves. So hopefully you'll see me somewhere near you.
What are a couple? Do you have any kind of kind words for Pinky Patel?
I'm so grateful to her. As comedians, we always have been taught to link up with the headliner and see if they'll allow you to come out on dates and just go for the ask. And she is the first comic in the umpteenth years that I've been doing stand up that has allowed me to go on dates with her. And we have so much fun. We get along. She's become like a part of my family. I love her to pieces, and I'm just forever grateful. I can't even put it into words. I often get emotional because I don't think that I would have had this much exposure and opportunity as somebody who is shy of rejection and all of these things. She truly has given me a great opportunity just to have to go into these spaces with her and these clubs and make these connections. It's helped me become a better comic and also a better writer because she's very good at nailing down when to write, when to create content. She's so organized and structural. She literally makes me a better version of me. So I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. So I'm so grateful. And I think we just mesh well on stage. If you've seen us together, you'll love the show. So
I'm gonna have to try to get Pinky on my show as a guest.
yes, she's amazing. She's a ball of energy. She's just so
Okay.
much fun.
I will try to look for her on Instagram and social media and see if we can get her to come on as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Gonna put you on the spot here as we wrap this up. What's two words to describe Janelle Banks as a comedian? Two words.
Oh my gosh, two words. I would say, that is such a good question. Eccentric for sure. And uh loquacious. I don't shut up.
Same here.
Yes.
What are some fun facts or a fun fact about Janelle Banks that your fans might not know about you?
I am a lefty.
So am
Um,
I. Lefty.
yes, us creatives, we are all lefties, I feel like. I love to paint. I am an artist. I live in a museum. If you see my home, there's literally artwork everywhere. Um, so I just love art, to submerge myself in art. I love creating art. It is such a therapeutic process for me. So those are the things I think are fun facts. And I love to travel. I love to go to museums. Anytime I'm on the road, if I have time, I will try to check out a local museum or something local or specific to that area. Like I'm a miniature, like I feel like I want to be Miss Frizzle, you know. I just want to know all things. So,
If there was one actress out there or a comedian, who would you want them to play you, Janelle Banks?
oh gosh. I get compared to Nicole Byer a lot. People say we sound and look alike, so I feel like I think we're the same person. I think her or Jackie Fabulous would be ultimately the people that I think should be casted as me.
Favorite Disney movie?
Oh no, why would you ask me that? I'm a millennial. I can't make that decision. I can't make that call. Oh no. I don't want to be cliche and say like The Lion King I would have to say Toy Story. The Toy Story franchise just it I still quote it. So it's for sure Toy Story. I think I am Woody. So for sure.
My Mine is Honey We Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, see, and that's a classic. Absolutely. That's a good one. That's a good franchise.
Should they reboot that? Should they reboot it?
The only reason sometimes I want people to leave things alone, but I would love to see that rebooted just because technology wise in cinema, we've come so far.
Far.
So imagine how cool that would look now.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I could be starring in that movie.
You could. You could for sure. And cast me. I'll be an extra. It's fine. It's fine.
Deal. Deal. I wish we had more time, but we're gonna wrap this up. This is a new segment I started recently. It's called
Mhm.
Ask the Host CDP, a question segment. Do you have a question to put me on the hot seat?
I would like to know because you're such a huge fan of comedy and a sports fanatic. How how did you decide to combine those worlds and not just pick one or the other?
When I first started this show 6 years ago, self taught, by the way, I self taught myself into a new career. It was originally all sports, but I made the decision that I just didn't want to just do all sports. I was in another corporate career in security, and I had to deal with all walks of life, different types of people and stuff like that. And I decided, I love my sports, but for me, I want to make sure that I don't get stereotyped. I want to be stereotyped. This guy can only talk sports. That's it. So I can interview doctors, lawyers, comedians, musicians, artists. And I think it's because of my former career in security, because when you work in a casino environment, you deal with all walks of life. And that really, I think, has prepared me for this.
Oh yes, awesome. Well, I'm just honored to be on your show and it's my first international podcast. This has been a year of international for me. So, this was awesome and you're such an easy person to talk to. So, I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And I love connecting with people, guests, and storytelling. And my shows are always about storytelling and entertaining the audience as well.
Yes, yes. Well, I hope that everyone was entertained today with a bubbly girl from Kansas City, Missouri. So,
And you have an open invite to come back on my show again. And I have two other shows as well.
awesome. Well, I would love to talk sports. I've always said I wanted to create a platform for sports for women who don't necessarily know a lot about sports, but we have great perspectives. Like, we like the uniforms. Aren't those cute uniforms? Don't you love purple? That perspective. You know, it's all about fashion, sports, and maybe we can call some clays, but we don't necessarily know what any of those flags mean, but that's fine because we like the uniforms, you know?
And what I'm most proud about my show is diverse guests, diverse topics. And speaking
Yes.
of women in sports, my next show is going to be on Monday, September 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 year time. Her name
Okay.
is Jay Parker. She is a WNBA certified agent and the owner of her own company, her sports agency management. So she's going to talk about becoming an agent, and also she's a athlete advocator as well. So I'm very lucky to get so many wonderful guests. And I reach out to people, and 90% of the time, people say yes. Sometimes they say no, they're not interested. But you never want to force a guest to come on your show, and you always want to make sure your guests are comfortable, have a rapport with you, and they are talkers as well.
Yes, I'm going to be tuned in. I'm a huge WNBA fan, and I love to see the other side of it, you know. So they say women don't support women's sports. I'm obsessed. That's a
Okay.
lie. So I'm
We'll, de-
excited to see.
we'll definitely have you on again, and we'll talk more sports as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Jay Parker on Monday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 your time. And by the way, Toronto is getting an NBA team, a WNBA team as well.
I
And I heard
know.
Kansas City, is Kansas City getting a team too?
We were in the call, you know, we were in the stretch for it, but I don't think we're going to have one for a long time. We have arenas for it. We have the space, but I think because we do not have an NBA team, it is a stretch to get one. But I honestly am hoping we do. I spend a lot of money traveling to these games, and I don't think people think about that perspective from women supporting the games. Is that not only are these games are not, you know, they're 5 o'clock, 12 o'clock Tuesdays, Fridays, you know, so you literally have to take off time from work. You have to book a plane ticket. You have to figure out how to maneuver through another city, get a hotel. So when I say we support because we're doing all of we can't just show up to a game in our city like the NBA, you know. So
Finally, Janelle, can you tell us about some of your upcoming comedy shows, promote them, and where can our audience follow you on social media, your website, and the best way of contacting you?
yes, yes, yes. The best way to contact me is via my website, missjustlab.com, or I am on all social media platforms under Miss Just Laugh. That's MissJusLaugh. And upcoming shows, I'm so excited. If you're in the Kansas City area watching this, I'll be at Sherry's Executive Cigar Lounge. I am there every first Thursdays at 7:30, and I am going to be back on the I Said What I Said tour. So our first stop coming up is in Philly, the 6th and the 7th at Helium Comedy Club. Then I'll be back in Kansas City. I'll be doing the women's conference here in Kansas City. I'm so super excited. And then I'm back on the I Said What I Said tour. Also, if you're in Honolulu, Hawaii, I'll be there the 25th through the 29th doing shows. So I'm super, super excited about that. I'm literally all over the map. New
Can you
York.
take me? Can you take me to Hawaii with you? Sneak me in
Yes,
your purse.
come on.
Sneak me in your purse.
Yes, you can get in my bag. I got you. I got you. And anybody in the
Awesome.
Buffalo area, will be there October 26th. Leventon, New York, we're gonna be there, and as well as Albany, the 23rd, 25th, and 26th of October. So if anybody's in that area, would love, love, love to see you.
Janelle, I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, for having our show a little bit earlier. Thank you for understanding that, and continued success in your career. And you have an open invite to come back on my show again in the future.
Thank you. It's my pleasure for coming. Thank you so much for having me.
Good luck to your Chiefs, except for playing the Eagles in week 2, I believe, at
Oh my
Arrowhead.
gosh. I know. I know. Oh, I'm so nervous, but let's get it.
Go Chiefs, go Eagles. And Janelle, thank you so much for doing this. And give me a little bit of time tonight, and I will send you the full video, the audio, and I will edit the video into 34th
Per
and clips, since our society has a shorter attention span.
yes. Here we are. Everything's a commercial now. Yes.
Absolutely. But it was a pleasure having you on here, and I always remember you as episode number 582.
Ah, yes, 582. What it do, boo? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Janelle, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everyone. That wraps up season 11, episode 32, overall 582, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Speaking of Barry Cullen Chevrolet, they have an employee pricing event going on at Barry Cullen Chevrolet. 2025 Silverado LD Custom Blackout Edition lease from $178 biweekly. That's like $89 weekly at 3.9% for 24%, with $4,995 down payment on an ultra low kilometer lease. Includes a $5,126 employee pricing credit. More details at barrycullen.com or drop by the dealership again at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall, or check out their website, barrycullen.com. My next live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, again sponsored by barrycullen.com, is going to be on Labor Day Monday, September 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern. My guest is going to be WNBA certified agent and founder of the Jay Parker Sports Agency Management Team, Jay Parker. So she's going to talk a little bit about her coaching career, being an athlete advocate, and how she started up her own company, Jay Parker Sports Management Agency, and how she got involved as a WNBA agent. So Jay Parker will be on live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show Labor Day Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And speaking of Labor Day, CFL, you've got the Argonauts in Hamilton at 2:30 from Hamilton, and then Edmonton and Calgary 6 o'clock. So a lot of CFL action plus live with CDP on Labor Day. And I want to wish everybody, wherever you're watching or listening from, a happy Labor Day weekend as well. And it's hard to believe summer is going away, and it's going to be September as of Sunday. And by the way, speaking of college football day, Michigan opens up its U.S. college football opening day here on this August 30th, and the Michigan Wolverines open up their home schedule and regular season in Mexico at the Big House in Ann Arbor, 7:30 kickoff. So New Mexico at Michigan, 7:30 night. And the Philadelphia Eagles, the world champion, Super Bowl champions, will open up their regular season and home opener and their second Super Bowl banner at the Lincoln Financial Field on Thursday, September 4th against the Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and Eagles, and of course the Cowboys just traded away back their role pro linebacker Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for Kenneth Clark and a couple number one draft picks. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys look without Micah Parsons in their lineup against the Philadelphia Eagles. So Eagles, Cowboys, Thursday night from the link, and it's a great time with the CFL rounding into the stretch run, the NFL starting up, and college football in Canada and the States underway as well. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day holiday on Monday, and look forward to seeing you guys here on Monday, September 1st at 4 o'clock Eastern with Jay Parker, WNBA certified agent and the owner and founder of Jay Parker Sport Agency Management Parker Team. And again, I want to give a shout out to Turkster Lumber. Turkster Lumber, located at 170 Beverly Street in Cambridge, Ontario. Check out their website, buildit.ca. And a big shout out to Richard Minel and the Turkster Lumber staff for helping the Cambridge District Humane Society in August with 3 barbecues, with the proceeds going to the Cambridge District Humane Society. And they raised $725. And a shout out to Zach and Caitlin, also from the Cambridge District Humane Society. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. You can call them at 519-623-7722, extension 0, or you can check out their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the pets, animals that are up for adoption, their profiles are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. Anyways, that wraps it up, everybody. I want to say thank you to Janell Banks, a stand-up comedian from Kansas City, for coming on here today. And thank you to everyone watching this live stream on Facebook, then YouTube, Twitch, X, and Instagram, as well as all of my audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Good Pods. And that is about it. Again, I just finished my 11th show in 14 days, and I have more shows and more guest next. Again, thank you to Janell Banks and to my sponsor, Barry Cullen Chevrolet dealership here in Guelph. And for any businesses out there looking to advertise on live streaming platforms such as mine, you can email me at cpame19@gmail.com or send me an email on DM as well, as I'm looking to get more advertising and sponsorships here for Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, the Argo Bounce Podcast Show, and the Small Talk Pod. Before we wrap this up, a shout out to Rick, Dallas, Connor, and Nick Small, who are doing a 3-day, 65-kilometer walk from BMO Field to Hamilton Stadium in support of CFL Fans Fight Cancer. You can contribute to the website, fansfightcancer.com. CFLfansfightcancer.com. And congratulations to Dallas, Rick, Connor, and Nick doing this. And their walk will conclude Monday morning before the Cats Argos game at Hamilton Stadium at 2 p.m. So please support the CFL Fans Fight Cancer and what Nick, Connor, Rick, and Dallas are doing as well. And as always, go Argos. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you back here Monday at 4 p.m. with Jay Parker, a WNBA certified agent. Happy Labor Day.